Now. Yeah, we're live now. Well, let me make sure they... I hate how this is set up now. It's like... It says we're live, but I'm not seeing...
And it takes a while. I mean, I had that issue yesterday.
Yeah, it's bad, but we are now, because I can see my ugly mug on there, and hello, everyone! I have no idea why I did it in the OSW review accent, but hello, everyone! And welcome to this week's edition of the Just... Well, it's two, but there's three. It's a complicated scenario. Wrestling recap show. I am the Athletic Geek. We have Eric Wade still subbing in for the paternity leave of Jedi Jason Kruger, and joining us again this week is EZ of the Elite Era Network. And
what is up, wrestling Twitterverse? Wrestling YouTubeverse.
There you go. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. All Out is Saturday.
Yes!
Roman Reigns has finally done what I've been begging and pleading and hoping for. And I had to keep my mouth shut on it last week because there were some people that hadn't seen SmackDown yet. And my boy is the double champion again. So, if you've never seen this show before, this is the just... however many marks, 3 this time. I won't even do 4, then I can do the Horseman thing. Wrestling recap show. Both of these individuals and I met at All In, met at StarCast. We love wrestling. We love sharing our love of wrestling with all of you out there. That's how we became friends. But just like all of you out there, we're not insiders. We're fans. So our opinions are just like that of all yours. We avoid insider terms because at the end of the day, we're just... Three. This many marks.
Why did I walked into Sesame Street?
This many. We're this many. And Ray is in the house. Hello, Ray. And let's... And I got a notification from High Spots. I had to check that out. So,
So if you got a Twitter notification, you're welcome.
I didn't get a Twitter notification. There that. It's a mess. But let's talk about what some would consider to be the biggest news of the week, and that is Roman Reigns is finally a bad guy, and he's a Paul Heyman guy on top of that. And
that part just confuses me. But we'll see where we go with this.
I want to see what happens to Brock.
But Brock's no longer under contract with WWE, so who knows?
Brock went bye-bye finally. All those rumors of him, like, hey, what if he goes to AEW? Hell no.
No. I hope not.
Did you not hear what Tony Khan said today? He said,
what did he say?
Someone like on a conference call asked, can you comment on Brock Lesnar? And he said, I cannot comment right now. But I've always been a big Brock Lesnar fan.
I hope he doesn't go to AEW.
I hope not either, but, if he does, then, just don't put the belt on him. Like,
if he goes to AEW, I want to see somersaulting Brock Lesnar back.
Yeah, that's
going to the top rope and doing somersaults and shit. Like, I don't want to see dominating, boring Brock Lesnar from the last 4 years.
I laugh at you saying that because, outside of this whole show, another group that me and Eric we talk wrestling in, knocking Brock Lesnar at all is like the biggest sacrilege in the world. And they will, our other friends will come at you with like the biggest fiery passion and intensity of just, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about if you don't think that Brock Lesnar's great.
Well, I love Brock Lesnar, but I think he had his time, and it's time to move on.
I'm with you on that. I'm okay with him being part-time somewhere, because the business side is he does draw money. So I'm okay with Brock Lesnar being under contract and using him for big shows to make the box office, because, you do it is a business at the end of the day. But do I want him to be doing that in AEW? Hell no. However, we're getting way off track here because we need to be talking about Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, and Roman Reigns finally doing what I've been calling for him to do since he got booed out of the fucking building back in 2015. I thought this was well executed. I mean, I hated that I'd rather the Fiend have won because I am a fan of the Fiend. But if you're gonna make someone the top bad guy on your brand, I can't say they've done a bad job.
Yeah.
I know I'm labeled an AEW homer, but first of all, no, I just enjoy the show better. If WWE steps it up, I'll love WWE too.
But why does Roman need Heyman though? That's my big question.
Because Paul Heyman is a magnet for the ire of the fans, and
he'll be giving Roman really good promos, making sure that he gets good matches. I guess make him
Roman
add that extra layer.
Good promos when he's a bad guy. It's like really people just boo
well,
him anyway.
well. Let me put to you this way: Roman's strength when he was with the Shield was when he was the silent. He was he was the silent enforcer. So having Roman Reigns not go out there doing promos and having Paul Heyman do it for him, one, that will get him a tremendous amount of boos and ire of the fans. And number two, then when Roman finally has something to say, everybody's going to listen. Because that was the way it was when he was with the Shield. Ambrose and Rollins would talk, and they'd do everything else. And then when Roman had something to say, it fucking stuck with you, and he wasn't out there having to just say stupid shit because... And getting owned on the microphone by people who could talk. Now he has Paul Heyman, who is still to this day untouchable on the mic. And then when Roman Reigns has some poignant message to send to the opponent, you're gonna be like, "Whoa, that was fucking cool."
Oh, I'm not saying Paul Heyman isn't bad on the mic because his promo skills are amazing, but I'm just still wondering why does Roman need to carry Heyman with him? But we'll see. On Friday, I'll actually be interested about what they'll pull off there.
Because Roman's promos were always awful. So Heyman's going to give him that.
Really didn't.
Roman's pretty awful.
They obviously weren't the best, but they wasn't necessarily the worst promo skills.
Okay, let me put it to you this way: I'm not going to put all this on Roman because it could have been a writing thing. It could have been. But whoever thought it was a good idea for him a day after beating The Undertaker and what everybody at the time thought was The Undertaker's last match, to go out there and brag about it, even if it was just with a few words, that's dumb. That's very dumb. I don't think
he didn't say anything, did he? I think
he just booed. This is my yard now. You don't say that.
He didn't get to say anything.
Yeah.
Every time he tried to say something, they just kept on booing.
But what I think was hilarious is when Braun Strowman was beating him up, they were saying, "You deserve it." So.
Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, Roman. I mean, it's been brewing for so long, and honestly, with AEW and stuff, I don't even care anyway. But it's his time. If he's gonna, at least he didn't squash Drew. Is all I'm gonna say, because it was too early for that to happen. But if he's gonna do it to the Fiend, who's been no selling everything up to this point, and then goes down with one spear, it's all right, I guess. But
and something else I want to add. I mean, I love the Fiend. I feel like the Fiend got fucked by someone else I'm no longer a big fan of. Someone I've completely grown out of, and that's Goldberg. But that's another debate for another day. I think the Fiend proved after that debacle, the Fiend will never not. You can very easily get the Fiend back up to where he was. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm pretty. For the first time in a long time, I'm actually kind of excited about the WWE, and at least part of it. I'm not going to be like mentioned earlier, some other friends we have that are very much a loyalist to the WWE and everything like that. I'm not on his level of excitement, but I'm not gonna be a complete hater and go like some people do in the Twitterverse.
I mean,
with
yeah, I'm back on the point where it's like I'm not as excited as I was for the WWE, but it doesn't mean I still don't care. It's like, yeah, I just see it, and it's like I just see what they're doing.
right.
And same with NXT, which, by the way, they had a Tuesday show that I had no idea about because of the NBA playoffs.
I did watch the show and it was good. We got some more people in the chat. Let's holler at them. Got to pull up my own stream because I was watching Black Flags Matter on my phone.
Wait, you're watching Black Flags Matter? I love that guy.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
I was watching him bash Danica Patrick.
Wait,
Hey, Miss Ace. Yes, what's going on? That's a clone of Roman, not the real Roman. Ask Eric with a K. Yeah. So what's this about him being a clone of Roman, Eric?
Wait, what?
Ray in the chat said that's not the real Roman, it's a clone of Roman, and told me to ask you. So I'm just doing what our fans are asking.
Oh, I see.
So moving on, the next big bit of news was the Iconics have broken up, and I'm just gonna let you two take the lead on this one.
That sucks.
All right. Hang on.
I don't understand what they need female tag teams. Then they get rid of the best one.
Yeah, I'm with you. The women's tag belts in WWE are a fucking joke. I'm sorry.
You've got to be joking.
Yeah. I'm disappointed. I hate that because they were probably the only thing that made the women's tag team division relevant to me. Sorry, before you legions of Boss fans come back me. Actually, no. Actually, you know what? Bring your fucking hate.
That was the name. That was the name for Bailey and Banks was Legion of Boss. Really?
No, I'm talking about the fans that every time I mention that Sasha Banks is the answer to the question that no one asked, and I'm not really that intrigued by the Boston Hug. I mean, they're good. I love Bailey. I'm just not a big Sasha fan.
Yeah, it was the Boston Hug, but what is it now? Just Banks and Bailey?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but they're not. It's not a terrible story, but I'm just not super intrigued by their tag team. The only tag team that in the women's division that I cared about was the Iconics, and
you've got to be joking. Okay, seriously, I cannot stress that enough. How could you ruin the Iconics? Seriously, did you not see when they made their debut after Mania, beating up Charlotte, which that still was just amazing, and then Carmella cashing in? That was even perfect. Why would you do that? Why?
Yeah. I guess if they're gonna make Peyton Royce, if they're gonna give her a single push, then I don't know. I'll give it a shot, I guess. But so far, from what I've seen at first, it's she's not really a good singles girl, is she?
They were before, but you really just can't break those two apart.
Right.
So, and now I'm just thinking, wait, they can't be a tag team in Raw or SmackDown, but could they maybe go back to NXT and be a tag team?
I don't think they're. I wouldn't bet the house on that one, Easy.
Fuck.
I would not bet the house on that one. So yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. I feel like there's rules that's different between Raw, SmackDown, and then NXT.
Oh, you're right, but the rules are very fluid in the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Kay is gonna thrive in the Raw Underground. Just wait and see.
Oh, please no! It's in Raw Underground. It's who is this, Fight Club? Which we don't.
Well, you're about to say, we're not talking about Raw Underground. That's why. First rule of our Undergrounds, we don't talk about Raw Underground.
Yeah, if anyone asked me about Raw Underground, I was like, we don't talk about it. It's like, why? Because we just don't. Nobody cares. It's like Brawl for All. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. But speaking of things that people do care about, New Japan Pro Wrestling ran a big show this past Saturday in a baseball stadium with fans, socially distanced, and
wearing masks. Just a very no chanting, no cheering, no Kazani Nare, which did kind of take the epicness of the entrance out, but it was still a
amazing. And it was an amazing show, really, top to bottom.
I gotta look at the results here. So, what was the New Japan show?
It's just like a summer show. They just kind of. I don't even think this was originally on the schedule. I think this is just something they did now that Japan's like, hey, here's some stuff you can do.
Oh, it was NJPW Fighting Spirit Unleashed?
No, that's the American show. I'm not talking about that.
Oh,
I'm
never
talking
mind.
about
I
Japan.
looked at the wrong one.
Yeah. Just basically going over quick results for this one. Minoru Suzuki defeated Shingo Takagi for the Never Openweight Championship. This match will make your face hurt if you watch the strikes these men were giving to one another. Looking through the other results, the Fatal 4-Way to determine the first King of Pro Wrestling was won by Toru Yano, defeating and upsetting Kazuchika Okada in a moment that made my jaw drop. Because I really expected Okada to win this one because it was his idea for the tournament. And when Toru Yano, of all people, beat him, oh boy. But it was really well done, and it didn't really insult the fans' intelligence. So that's how you pull off upsets with comedy characters. Take notes, WWE. The Golden Ace.
I found it. Sorry, I was like, it's called Summer Struggle. Okay.
Summer Struggle, yeah.
Found it.
The Golden Ace.
What is it listed on the pay-per-views? Just like, what? There we go. I'm looking.
Golden Ace failed to regain the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships from Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr., who is one of the only gaijin in New Japan right now because, well, he lives in Japan. So, good for him.
What if Brock goes to New Japan?
Well, seeing as how...
Oh, God.
Well, I don't see that happening, seeing as how the last time Brock Lesnar was in New Japan, he left the company and took the title with him. So...
I can still remember, like...
He can bring it back.
No,
He got
they got it back.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I can still remember the brief moment when at G1 Supercard they were listing all the champions.
Yeah, that's
of
that's the
Brock
pre-match.
shows up, everyone boos like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's a.
Please,
part of it.
no.
I mean, I don't think he will because Brock Lesnar will not want to work the schedule. He would never do a G1 Climax schedule where he'd have to wrestle like essentially a pay-per-view match every day for a month. That's just not happening with Brock Lesnar. I'm not saying that that's good or bad. I'm just saying it's not happening. But moving on, Taiji Ishimori defeated Hiromu Takahashi for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, and I'm starting to wonder if Hiromu might move up to the heavyweight division after that one, especially with how he's was supposed to wrestle Naito in a champion versus champion match that they do for their anniversary show, but the fucking coronavirus ruined that for everyone. And
At least I'm glad to see Bullet Club's got a champion.
Yeah, Bullet Club. Bullet Club has not been to me relevant within New Japan, or like they don't feel like they feel like they're the NWO in 1999. Like that's how the Bullet Club feels to me. But they did lose another championship as the IWGP Double Championship was defended in the main event, Evil versus Naito. And Tetsuya Naito, in what some would consider a shock, wins the titles back. And that's why I'm repping Naito here tonight. Tranquilo. This is a really damn fine match. I think it's probably one of the best matches that's happened since New Japan came back. And I like the subtle storytelling that New Japan has with all of their bad guy champions that win off of their stable. They don't usually hold the belt for very long. And I think that's very interesting because it's kind of like, for a number of reasons. One, it's kind of like it shows you got to earn, to really truly be a champion, you have to earn it. You can't just rely on the underhanded tactics. They can get you the belt and you can hold it for a little while, but eventually you're not going to have the Okada or Tanahashi title reign with it. And number two, whenever they eventually have that strong bad guy champion, holy shit, is it going to be big?
Do you think they might fight again, say, Wrestle Kingdom?
I wouldn't say that because I don't see Evil winning the G1 Climax. I don't see that happening. That just the only way that Naito and Evil would fight again at Wrestle Kingdom would be in a non-title match. And I also feel like, because the other thing that happened is Evil and Sonata were a top tag team in New Japan, and Sonata's been quiet on them. Like, we haven't heard his thoughts on Evil's betrayal from LIJ yet. So...
But he never said why he betrayed them? Really?
No, Sonata hasn't, every other LIJ member has said their piece. Hiromu was devastated. Naito was just he was Naito about it, He just kind of spit truths.
Even I was shocked. It was like, Evil joining the Bullet Club. You gotta be kidding me.
But anyway, the other interesting layer to this story was Evil essentially just did what Naito did in 2016. Because Naito had LIJ behind him, and he was able to upset Okada, but then it wasn't but 2 months later that Okada was able to beat him back whenever they were able to keep the interference at bay. So, I don't know, I kind of like their way of telling stories with that. As far as fighting in at Wrestle Kingdom, I'm thinking we're going to have an Evil and Sonata match. If Naito's still the champion by Wrestle Kingdom, I think Okada's winning it. I think that's just the way it is. But overall, probably a damn fine show. But it is time for the All Out predictions. And I know Easy talked a little bit. He'll be reiterating quite a few of his because he did some of his on his channel last night. But
yep.
And as always, you'll
only 2 matches. I didn't say who was going to win.
Yes, and also once again we are doing a contest, and it's available now on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to enter. And also, you will be playing against Eric Wade, and if you can finish better than win the grand prize and beat him, you will also get an extra prize in your prize pack. But Eric's looking to crush your dreams, the bad guy he is.
Yeah, forget it. That figure's over with. It's mine.
Yeah. So, is everyone ready? And this time I have the app open to a little bit more easily record Eric's predictions. Is everyone ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so starting off, at least according to Wikipedia, we have Britt Baker with Rebel/Reba versus Big Swole in a tooth and nail match. Who do y'all have and why? It's like gonna be like a cinematic match.
It's gonna be a cinematic match?
Yeah, in Britt Baker's dentist office.
Oh, because I was like so confused, like. It's a tooth and nail match, but okay. So yesterday, I said that I think it's going to be Baker taking the win. The Doctor.
Okay.
BU, and yeah, I feel like teeth are literally going to be pulled from this match.
All right, that's Easy's pick. Eric, who are you picking to crush the hopes and dreams of all the listeners?
I'm gonna pick Big Swole. I don't know. Hopefully, this match. I don't know what to expect. It's gonna be a cinematic match at the dentist office, and Britt Baker has the advantage. But if it's a real match, or if it turns into one, then I think Big Swole is finally gonna get her just due, because Britt Baker's been harassing her for a while, so she needs to get her comeuppance.
I'm gonna go with Britt Baker in this one because I feel like they're really going to build with something with Britt Baker. I feel like, we'll get more on something else later, but I feel like Britt Baker probably will be winning the women's title soon. And then when Big Swole will finally get her win over Britt Baker in a championship match. So I am going with Britt Baker on my end, but the guy you got to beat is Big Swole.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the next match, at least according to Wikipedia, is, and I doubt this is the order that they're going to do this in, is Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara in a Broken Rules match. And if Matt Hardy loses, he must leave AEW. Easy, who have you got and why?
I say Matt Hardy because I just feel like this is way too soon to be taking Matt Hardy away from AEW because the fans are gonna want him to see him in person. You know, obviously we got a few fans in Dolly's place, but Florida doesn't count. So you need a crowd.
Florida doesn't count. There's a hot take there.
Yes, I said it. Florida doesn't count. Anyways, I just feel like it's way too soon to already say, hey, Matt's going to leave AEW. Even if it's just for the purpose of our entertainment where he comes back. But I don't know. I feel kind of still. If that stipulation wasn't in place, I would have said Sammy. But
Right.
I'm going with Matt for this.
All right, Easy says Matt Hardy. Eric, who you got?
And even putting it on the chat.
I'm gonna say Matt Hardy too, but is this one gonna be a cinematic match? Broken Universe match? What the hell's that?
Yeah, I haven't heard about this one yet, but you're going Matt Hardy just so I can enter
Isn't
it
it
in?
basically Extreme Rules, but just Matt Hardy's way?
Pretty much, I think.
Yeah.
Just like a TLC match kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I don't know.
It's not going to be like Final Deletion.
At least that's not what on this one I don't know about.
Yeah,
But-
this one I think Matt Hardy, but I don't, because it's the same thing as Easy said. I think it's too early for him to leave AEW already. This is not even a full year. It has been.
No, not he's only been debuted since COVID
It's only
even
been
started.
in January.
Yeah, not even January. Like it was COVID era shows when Matt Hardy made his debut. So
Oh, that was like a couple of weeks into COVID,
No.
huh?
Well,
Yeah.
It was on the double shocker where we got a Brody Lee debut and then Matt Hardy debuts. And it's like
Same
what
with
the
yeah.
hell?
So I believe it's Matt Hardy across the board on this one.
Yeah. Miss Ace 2500 says Matt Hardy.
This Ace 2500 says Matt Hardy. Thank you for keeping up with the chat, because I'm kind of like having to do one of these numbers to see it from here and keep on my phone to read these matches off. According to Wikipedia, the next match will be the Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus the Young Bucks. Easy, who you got and why?
Well, this was one of the picks where I could not choose, and I wanted to save it for your show. And I'm still just like a little bit undecided because this could go both ways. But I don't know. Part of me is saying my heart wants the Bucks, but my gut is saying Jurassic Express. And I feel like Two-Face. I got to flip a coin for this.
Well, flip it.
Well, I'm gonna get to flips later, but I'm gonna have to play an upset card on this. I think Jurassic Express.
Okay. Eric, who are you picking in this
You know
one?
what? I'll get to the details after Eric's pick.
No, go ahead and get your details. That's
Okay.
fine.
Considering if anyone saw the latest BTE, the rumors considering a certain cleaner coming back, would it not be great to just have the Elite as its true form again? You know, the Bucks gone rogue, cleaner Kenny is back, and they abandon Hangman. Just would that not be so sweet, or in this case, too sweet?
Well, we'll get to more of that later.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are the details I just wanted to go with.
Okay, Eric, you're the guy everyone's got to beat.
I'm gonna say Jurassic Express too. I don't
Ooh.
slightly different reasons. Same thing, but I think the Young Bucks are probably going to go heel, and then they're going to lose clean or lose somehow, and then they're going to get fed up and start beating up Jurassic Express. And
That
then
is
that's gonna be
exactly
the
what
heel
I was
turn.
what I was thinking. So
Yeah, because they're either going to beat up Jungle Boy or Marco or someone, and then they're
Probably
going to like
Marco,
yeah. But then watch
sadly.
who's going to strike first, Nick or Matt? They're going to start beating someone up, and then the other guy's going to pull them apart, and they're going to go like what? And then they're both going to start stomping. What? What's going to happen?
Or Nick just turns into the merch freak.
His merch freak solo career.
Right.
But I'm going to say Jurassic Express for sure.
Jurassic Express. Okay, so the next match, according to Wikipedia.
And the community is saying Young Bucks, apparently.
Okay, well, the community says Young Bucks. Yeah, we can have but hey, if you're saying Young Bucks, then you can possibly beat Eric and get an extra prize. So be sure to put that in when you enter the contest. According to Wikipedia, which I don't think it's going to be this late on the card,
Obviously, it's just like matchups. Really.
The Dark Order of Brody Lee, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, and their satellite recruitment member Colt Cabana versus Matt Cardona, Scorpio Sky, and the Natural Nightmares, Dustin Rhodes, and QT Marshall in an 8-man tag team match. Easy, who you got and why?
Okay, two things. Why is this a match to begin with? That just confuses me. It's like, how did the... I don't know. I'm going to ramble on forever about it, but I put it on my show. It's like, why is this even a match to begin with?
I believe this will probably end up, for real, being probably a pre-show match. And
the Dark Order did take down the Nightmare Family, which, like, yeah, that's...
And Matt Cardona's kind of is really a good, in IRL, a friend of Cody's.
You know,
so the only one that doesn't make sense is, from that perspective to me, is Scorpio Sky. But
I was going to say, am I missing something, or did SCU break up? Like,
they didn't break up. Like, they're just, Scorpio Sky's trying to do more in the singles division instead of the tag division.
SCU.
And considering, I think CD, he's recovering from health issues, I think. And I don't know where the hell Kaz is. But, yeah, I'm going with Dark Order on this because this is just such a random match. I think it's going to be the Dark Order.
You haven't, just not to cut you off, I'm sorry. I'm just letting Miss Ace know. You have until 4:30 Eastern time to change your picks. Just go edit them. I'm screen capturing all the pictures or all the picks that you guys make at that, right before that time, and that's your final pick. So you can go change them. Just make sure to comment on your on the socials.
Yeah. But yeah, as I said, I'm going with Dark Order for this. I mean, maybe this might be a pretty great match, but I still think it's just random. This is probably this is probably going to be a pre-show match. First ever what the F match for AEW is why
get the Dark Order on the card because they're wanting to really
put him in a match against the Young Bucks. I don't know.
Maybe they don't want to have a feud with the Young Bucks just yet. There's something else going on with the Young Bucks. There's... I'm not going to say, I'm excited about this match, but I'm saying, I kind of get that sometimes when you got the big bad guy stable, sometimes they just got to beat down on a bunch of random guys. Sometimes that just has to happen. Sometimes the Horsemen just had to beat up three or four random singles guys, on an episode of, NWA Worldwide.
That's your world. I didn't grow up in it.
But Eric, who are you picking?
Dark Order.
Order.
Drinking purple Kool-Aid right now.
Hey, if the Dark Order wins, do we get 25% off Chili's?
Yeah, Chili's did join the Dark Order.
Yeah, see, they got Dark Order's got too much going on right now. They're gonna win for sure.
Buddy, I was actually at Chili's last Sunday.
I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Chili's.
Chili's.
Dark Order versus everybody else.
All right. And so for this match, for everybody entering the contest, all you got to do is just pick a winner. That's the only thing that's going to count for this particular match. For fun on here, we're going to suggest some of the mystery entrants, and you can too in the comments, but they will not affect your final tally in any way, shape, or form. We have the 21-man Casino Battle Royal, where the winner receives a future shot at the AEW World Championship. The announced names so far are Darby Allin, Lance Archer, Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, Pentagon Jr., Ray Phoenix, The Butcher, The Blade, Eddie Kingston. There'll be two people that might get that reference. So, Sean Spears, Billy, and Austin Gunn, Jake Hager, Santana, Ortiz, Trent, and the Mystery Man.
So we got about, like, I counted 17, so we got 4 mystery men.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, so we have 4 mystery people. We don't have to go through all the mystery people. And again, when you're making your predictions for the contest, just pick the winner. If you think the winner is going to be a mystery person, by all means predict it, but you don't have to predict all the mystery people like we are. This is just for the show. But EZ, who are you picking to win?
So,
And who are you picking as the mystery person?
So my main pick is I'm going with Eddie Kingston. You know, as I mentioned yesterday, there has been so much he has done, and I just think it would be absolutely incredible to see him get a legitimate championship opportunity on national television or pay-per-view, whatever, because he's done a lot for Impact Wrestling. He's done a lot for other promotions, ones like Ring of Honor, NWA, and then just other promotions I've never heard of. But I think like seeing Eddie Kingston in a championship match, and even if he's like, if his persona is where he is a villain type, it would still be a pretty good feel-good moment, knowing that shit, Eddie Kingston is an AEW World Champion. That'd just be amazing.
You're getting way too far ahead of yourself there.
I think just seeing Kingston as a champion, that would be amazing.
Oh, yeah, it'd be amazing, but
men, if nobody caught the flipping side of my hints, well, I'm gonna flip it off for you because I think my mystery man is 5. I'm kidding. Oh God, not 5.
5?
No, I legit think maybe 5, but I legit think Flip Gordon will be a mystery man.
That's what I was gonna say. Damn it.
Yeah, well, I already flipped off about it, but
right.
Yeah, I didn't say his name on yesterday's stream, but I just said catch the hint, watch tomorrow's show.
Yeah,
but yeah, Flip Gordon as a mystery man, just it would just open up. It would slowly open up the border doors between a relation between AEW and New Japan, just slowly because
no. Okay, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna tell you right now, that ain't gonna do nothing for the AEW New Japan relationship. Flip Gordon is essentially 5 to New Japan. Honestly, like he shows up for one tour a year. He is kind of average in the term. He's a good wrestler. The matches are good, but he's not a big part of it.
I mean, I was gonna say a certain villain, but I think he's been iced right now.
Well, I see what you're saying. I'm with you on the everything, but this helping the New Japan relationship. I don't think this will affect their relationship with New Japan whatsoever. Flip Gordon being there. It's not a knock on Flip or the match he's had in New Japan. It's just kind of Flip's just kind of
could be worse. I could have just said Switchblade.
Yeah, no one wants that.
Hey. Maybe I want that in 2-3 years. All right, Eric, who are you saying?
Yeah, who are you going with?
For the winner, I'm going to say Darby.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see him getting a title shot later on. And then for the mystery person, Brian Myers or Kurt Hawkins.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Shit, I forgot he's a free agent.
Yes.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen because Matt Cardona is with AEW now or contracted for short shows or whatever, but then Mark Sterling, his buddy, came with him, it seemed like, and now he's facing with, or he has a match with Moxley, and then if
The
they're gonna have a
reunion of
surprise
the
guy,
Edgeheads.
gonna be his buddy.
Please, come on. That's not trademarked. Do the Edgeheads.
Okay, so for my pick, I am going with Lance Archer because I feel like he needs a big win, and I honestly think kind of, I want to see the interviews between John Moxley and Jake the Snake Roberts. That would just be fucking awesome. And as far as my mystery guy, I think it's gonna be Nick Aldis.
Mm-hmm.
I
That'd be
think.
pretty bad.
I think.
I got that hint yesterday. I didn't want
Yes,
to
yeah, he
spoil
got
it.
the hint yesterday, but I mentioned in his chat, I said I believe whoever the mystery man will be is going to be a national treasure. I think now that we've seen Thunder Rosa come on,
I was gonna say, isn't Aldous still the NWA champion?
yes, he is. That may be on the flip side of things. Him being the NWA champion may be the only reason why this is a long shot. Because I could see the NWA, even though they're not running right now, going, I'm not going to let our world champion just be in a nothing happening battle royal and lose. But I could see maybe some seeds be planted. I'm going with that one. I can think they might still be creative, but at the same time, I also know I'm betting on the long shot as far as mystery people. But I do not feel like I have a long shot with Lance Archer. In the casino battle royal, everyone dies. Everyone dies.
So, Miss Ace 2500 agree. Well, is taking your pick too, Lance Archer, but their mystery pick is actually pretty interesting. Is it Miro or Myro? Basically,
Miro?
former Rusev.
I don't think Rusev. I don't know. It could happen.
I thought he said he was actually like completely done with wrestling.
I don't know. I mean, we also hear Chris Jericho say, "I'm not going to be at All In, you guys. I'm on a plane. Here's my plane. I'm not there."
I don't really.
I still remember the story. I think someone like recognized Jericho, and Jericho said, "Hey, you got to keep quiet because I'm doing a surprise appearance."
Oh, crazy!
I've never heard that story, but
I heard it. I saw it on Twitter somewhere. I forget who said it, but it was pretty funny. It was like, oh wow.
Well, Tommy says there's the problem with AEW is they have a lot of mid-card talent that needs to get over. Well, the problem is, one, COVID, and two, they're just going to have a second show. Tony Khan's talking about there being a second show. Everything
TBS,
should be...
that'd be cool.
Yeah, so they're on their way. They need talent. You need that talent.
No, I don't watch it.
Yeah, you need... I mean, you can't sign any and everyone, but you do need a stacked roster because what happens if someone gets hurt? Okay, well, we got these guys that can step up now, and that's kind of one thing that's AEW has done well.
Especially with creative control, the wrestlers can just work with whatever they.
Well, creative control is a slippery slope, so hopefully they all don't have creative control.
Well, I meant as in like they can just all like work together as long as Tony Khan be like, yeah, sure, do what you want. I'm just here giving you the money.
Yeah, that's a day. You got to have some control from the promoter, or else you end up in a Kant Hogan and WCW situation. But all right, so time to go on to the next match. We have the aforementioned Thunder Rosa, the NWA World Women's Champion, challenging Hikaru Shida for the AEW Women's World Championship. Easy, who you got and why?
Rosa.
Got Thunder Rosa, okay.
Just hands down, Rosa. No, come on. You cannot screw this up. They have Thunder freaking Rosa on AEW.
Okay. Eric, are you agreeing with Easy?
No, I'm going to say Shida retains, but I'm going to look forward to this match because Thunder Rosa's match on AEW was awesome.
Oh, yeah. And that's Serena Deeb, too, Want to give a shout-out to her from that. I'm going with Hikaru Shida as well. Because I think Shida is going to lose to Britt Baker down the road.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really cool that this is the first time that they're having the cross promotion, but I don't think that Rose is going to win the belt.
Right. And the next match is for the AEW Tag Team Championship. We have FTR with Tully Blanchard versus Kenny Omega and Adam Page. EZ. Who have you got and why?
I'm going with FTR on this. We're
Okay.
seeing a downfall between apparently what is it you call them? The drunken
Lovers. Yes.
But yeah, just seeing just how the Elite is literally just like falling apart. I could really see just Kenny going off on Adam as well and be like, screw you, like I'm going solo. Puts on the aviator shades. We got the cleaner back. Bring out the barbed wire broom. I'll be happy. And just FTR's tag team champs. That could set up for like the first big AEW show with fans, not Florida, between FTR and the Young Bucks. I literally think that can be a perfect setup.
I agree. I'm with you on that 100%. Eric, who are you picking?
And it should be in Cleveland.
It should be in St. Louis. We've been fucked over too many times.
Oh,
I think
you want to stand the cup.
FTR is going to win for sure. Omega's probably gonna turn on Page. Page has never actually did anything wrong. He's probably going to be the one to face
the championships.
He's just drunk all the time.
Yeah,
he's just drunk.
I'm with you on that one. I think I'm really hoping they don't turn Page because he seems like he was the first kind of homegrown guy to become the top good guy in the company. And, so I'm definitely going FTR in this one. But I'm really thinking that Kenny's going to be the one to turn. I don't know if he's going to necessarily join FTR or join this new horseman that everybody's talking about. I feel like Kenny's just going to kind of go. He's been teasing being an asshole lately on BTE and on Dynamite. I think Kenny's going to be the one to turn and possibly set up a rematch with Mox down the road. Also possibly on that first show with fans. And then maybe slowly but surely the Bucks will go. The Bucks won't be on the bad side of things whenever they wrestle FTR, but maybe after that. So I feel like this is going to be a lot more long term. It's not going to be one of those instant gratification things that so many people kind of want. This is going to be. There's going to be some more slow burning things before we get to this original Elite go bad or Horseman sort of stable.
Or this is what I think. If there's like tension between Kenny, Adam, they look like they want to fight each other. Bucks come out, try to like break the momentum, even though it's like, yeah, you kicked out of the Elite, but we still care about you. Then suddenly, like, triple super kick between Omega and the Bucks, and you got our Dark Elite back. Because everything's got to be dark when there's order. I don't know, bad pun.
Yes.
Bad joke.
Yeah, I think FTR is pretty much
FTR across the
win.
board. Yeah, it's. I will be shocked if they don't. But we will see what happens. And the last two matches.
Jim Cornette's gonna have a field day.
Oh well, fuck him. No one gives a fuck about that fucking outdated Southern atheist piece of fucking shit. Fuck you, Jim Cornette. And I'm not gonna give my address away, but I'll DM you my address if you want to come and fucking fight me, you fucking prick. I'll out Cornette you, Cornette, bitch.
Let's have a match.
Let's have a match.
Like, I don't have any like or dislike of Cornette. He's just like, meh.
Old man yells at Cloud, and right now I'm just getting a little too tired of people thinking like, well, Jim Cornette said this thing sucked. Like, well, fucking... Jim Cornette is the wrestling equivalent of somebody who thinks people shouldn't marry outside their race. That is Jim Cornette.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mimosa Mayhem match.
Back to
Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy. To win, you can win by pinfall, submission, or throwing your opponent into an 80-gallon vat of mimosa. Easy! Who have you got and why?
I really don't know because this was a match that I just could not decide like who exactly to win this. This is just I don't know. I just want the result to speak for itself. This could go either way. And
Tommy, there's no way I can do this with the program I have until I can afford another one. That's the only downside to it doing it live, and live is better. All right, go on, Easy.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah, as I said, this could go both ways. If Jericho wins, they'll be like, "Oh, Jericho, he's just he's been doing this for a long time. Of course, Jericho was gonna win. Blah blah blah. He's gonna like bury all like the newbies." Or if it's like Orange Cassidy winning, they'll be like, "What? Orange Cassidy beating Chris Jericho? Why would they do that? Chris Jericho's the GOAT." Blah 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 blah. Either way, this match is gonna have at least some people getting pissed off. But there's some people who are like, this was a great match. But I'm going to hate myself for this. Jericho.
Going Jericho. Yeah, I kind of get what Miss S is... S is saying. He says Orange Cassidy throwing Jericho into the mimosa to protect Jericho. I get that theory. Eric, who you picking in this one?
Orange Cassidy.
Oh,
it's going to be a crazy ass match, though.
Yes, it will be. I'm kind of like, I don't know how I feel about the match. Like, it's going to be fun, but it's kind of like, this is kind of one of them where I kind of get, I get the criticism, but like, it's not the hill worth dying on criticism like our old buddy from Louisville would think. I'm going to go in a different direction with this. I think Jericho's going to squeak by a sleeper win, but I think Orange Cassidy's going to throw him in the vat mimosa anyway to kind of leave with the, leave with his head held high, and he'll still have the win over Jericho to hang his hat on. So, yeah, I'm going with Jericho, but I'm also saying that after the match, Jericho goes into the mimosa.
Or the whole inner circle gets dunked in mimosas.
Yeah, that too.
So Miss Ace makes a point here saying Orange Cassidy, he throws Jericho in the vat of mimosa. It protects Jericho from being pinned or submitted. It's like,
yeah, it's good logic. I'm just kind of going. Yeah. I'm just going with Jericho getting the win on his record because they keep track of that. That's the only reason. I'm agreeing with Miss Ace and partial.
But
Jericho's going to that mimosa, but I don't think he's going to win. I definitely think he's going to win.
Might be. I don't know how Dave Meltzer does it, but I definitely think this might be like a 4-star match. There's gonna be.
That's gonna be an 8-star match. Fuck Kenny Omega and Okada. Thank you very much.
There's gonna be humor. There's gonna be action. It's just gonna be everything. Much like the Stadium Stampede match, it was both ridiculous, but it worked and it was amazing.
Right. So finally, we get to the main event, and this is one that I'm actually pretty torn on. The champion, Jon Moxley, defends against MJF with Wardlow. The paradigm shift is banned. Easy, I know you're waiting for this one. Who have you got and why?
I don't care what you say. I'm staying by with this. MJF 2020, bitches. There is, like, out of this entire build-up, like, MJF does have a point that he is going to probably lead this company for the next 25 years. He is so young, and already he's just like the top villain of wrestling. I mean, you could compare him to the rest of WWE, but MJF is a world of his own. He is this for 24/7. How does he do it without breaking his persona? Who knows? He's just the perfect bad guy. Duh. If anyone's a Billie Eilish fan, but I would just love to see him as champion. It is what's best for business. So, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we might get a rematch of this, but I'm going with MJF 2020. He will be champion.
Okay.
Yeah. Rant over.
Rant over.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I got everything out of my system.
All right. So, well, that's your had to ban a user using some slurs inside the chat. Eric, who you
I
picking?
think Mox is
Going
going to
Mox.
retain. Didn't he have another finisher from Japan that he was using, or no?
He's doing some
The Death
submission
Rider.
holds.
He had like the
Isn't it called Death Rider?
submission move, didn't he? No.
No, I don't remember him being a submission master.
I'm trying to think.
Or
But yeah, maybe he'll do just a new finish or whatever. Maybe the submission.
or maybe
move or
Dirty Deeds. I mean, Paradigm Shift is basically a lifting DDT. He could still do a DDT.
What about the first Dirty Deeds where he like did like a forward facing DDT? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember
But
that.
I think he'll retain though. Is it? It's not a hardcore match or nothing. It's just a normal match.
I wish it was a
It's a
hardcore
normal match. I No, I
What's MJS finisher? Maybe he just uses MJS finisher.
yeah, that's possible.
I don't know what his finish is though.
Actually, this would be an epic finish if Mox steals MJF's ring
Yeah,
and punches him.
I'm gonna
I
go
think-
ahead and I'm just gonna make my prediction. I'm gonna go with Mox just because of who because they're gonna set up with Lance Archer. However, my original idea until they really started filling out the card more was I was gonna have this go to a 60-minute draw. I thought they were gonna go to old school bad guy MJF. That's how you did that back in the day. You know, he got his ass whipped for 60 minutes and then still walked out going, "You didn't beat me. You didn't beat me. We still deserve better. You didn't beat me." But now that they've really filled up the card, I don't see that happening anymore. So I'm going Jon Moxley.
I was gonna say, do you really want AEW to end a main event on a draw? This isn't Hell in a Cell.
If a draw can work when it's done right. It's not like it's going to a non-finish draw because of bullshit inside Hell in a Cell. They're literally wrestling nonstop for 60 minutes.
And not just that, they do it back to back, and it's like, did you learn nothing?
A 60-minute New Japan proved that you can do a 60-minute time limit draw in wrestling today. I think AEW could do the same thing with the right people. However, under these circumstances now, it just can't happen. But I do think that definitely in the future, you could do a 1-hour time limit draw in a main event, especially with people as talented as MJF and Mox. And it would still probably have a hot crowd, a good finish, and leave the people wanting more, and leave the people wanting to see MJF finally lose because you protect both people and you don't insult the fans' intelligence like you did at Hell in a Cell. Hey, they wrestled for an hour.
Wait, I'm actually just wondering. So if Mox uses the paradigm shifts, obviously he loses, but does he lose the title, or is it basically MJF wins by disqualification?
I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah, because I'm wondering, if you do want to finish to just end in tiny bullshits, I would say just Mox using the finish so he could still be champion. Be like, yeah, you won, but you're not champ.
I don't know. He has 16 pages of the contract. He can have all these rules.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
including a match with the lawyer. It's like, oh, for God's sake.
Didn't read page 17. What the fuck, man? What kind of a lawyer does that?
Oh yeah, 17 pages. I forgot that.
17. Didn't read page 17.
Hmm.
All right.
I'm actually now curious what that entire contract looked like.
Well, maybe one day they'll sell it on the High Spots Auction Network. But anyway, feel free
I'm the only one who wants MJF. For shame.
What's the next pay-per-view too? What's it called?
So
Full gear.
It would be Full Gear.
But who knows now, honestly.
I was gonna say, when is Mox gonna lose it, or who will he lose it to? But
Well, I don't
he's
think
gonna retain.
I think he's gonna. Well, kind of going to expand. Now we can have a little time to expand upon a few things. I think Mox retains. I think that he might wrestle Lance Archer. That doesn't have to necessarily happen on a pay-per-view, you know, because they don't have a pay-per-view every month. They could do on a big Dynamite Mox and Archer, just like they did with Brian Cage. And if Kenny goes to the bad side, then at Full Gear, you could have their rematch 1 year in the making, only for the title this time, and then Kenny could get the belt from Mox, and then you could also then set up, keep building up Hangman, and then Hangman could wrestle Kenny in the singles match only with the title on the line. You know, there's a lot of things you can do, but I think in order to do that, you need Mox to still be champion right now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's, questions, comments, anything in between?
MJF 2020. I mean, that's so.
MJF 2020 from EZ, Mox all the way around the board. You know, I have recorded and captured right here all of Eric's picks. If you can beat him in the contest, you get an extra gift, and you have until 4:30 Eastern time on Saturday to get your predictions in. You cannot put your predictions in the chat. You have to enter on the social media pages. Either, nice segue into this, at facebook.com/athleticgeek89, Twitter at athletic_geek89, or Instagram at athleticgeek89. Comment on the post, and we'll go from there. Thank you guys for watching. EZ, got any social media to plug?
All right, guys. So, just getting Demolition back underway. If you guys want to check out my last 2 live streams yesterday, was Demolition. That was my AEW All Out predictions. And I also am doing like a 3-part video series about All In. Part 2, I just talked about the show. And part 3, which will be this Sunday, you can check out. It'll be just a scenario of what if either All In never happened or if All In was a bust. What would have been the future for
it's a world I don't.
AEW?
It's a world I don't want to fucking live in, to be honest with you. And I mean that sincerely, because way too much life-changing stuff, not just in the world of wrestling, happened in that world. So
either way,
I don't want to talk. I want to think about that world.
It is still a perspective if you want to tune in on Sunday. But anyways, back to my social media chatter. Just subscribe to me on the.
I get you, Tommy. I was just pointing out this is why I think they're still doing the right thing by having that talent, and then they have the apparently another show coming within the next year. So I unlike WWE, I trust AEW to work themselves out. EC, go ahead. I apologize.
You're fine. So yeah, just subscribe to my channel. If you can't find my channel, just look up the Elite Era Network on YouTube and subscribe to me or follow me on Twitter at the Elite Era. Shout out to the Podcast Wrestling Federation. They are the best sons of bitches out there. And shout out to my girl Haley, still going through health issues, but she's fighting strong.
Alexander Martinez, what's up? Thanks for coming. We're wrapping up, so sorry you're late, but you can watch this on delay. But I appreciate you viewing and appreciate you coming in. Eric, I know you're not really as active on the social media scene, but anything you want to plug?
Yeah. Even a Discord.
Zinzer Primer.
What's that?
There's nothing finer than Zinzer Primer. I just used it earlier today to primer up a wall. So everyone go buy some Zinzer Primer.
Zinzer Primer. That's right. Zinzer Primer. And as I just mentioned, my social media accounts. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of pro wrestling, but from the world of comics, gaming, and all things geek culture. Check out every Wednesday the Geeking Out podcast here on YouTube. Had a really good one this past, went live yesterday with Bahoo FMW. Learned quite a bit about the history of FMW and just the wrestling scene and the early 90s with the tape trading and just being able to travel to Japan for wrestling. So check that out. Also got a real good one coming up this Wednesday. And be on the lookout Sunday for a new comic-related video that will hopefully be making their way... making their way to an every week thing if y'all enjoy it. So, yeah, For EZ and Eric, I am the Athletic Geek. We are just one. This me marks.
Me.
And we're out. Have a good one.
Good night.
Hopefully we can